If Nkem had known that one decision would shatter everything, she would never have gone to bed so peacefully the night before. She would have checked the account. She would have asked more questions. She would have stopped him. But that morning, as the golden sun streamed through her curtains, Nkem stretched with the calmness of a woman who believed her future was secure. After all, she and Obina had spent 5 years saving for their dream home. She picked up her phone, humming softly as she opened her banking app. It was a ritual for her every Sunday morning. She checked their progress, smiling at the growing balance, and imagined the day they will finally buy their land and build their future. But that morning, there was no balance. Her screen showed 0 naira. She blinked. She refreshed the page, still 0 naira. A cold sweat broke out on her forehead. She sat up straight, her heart hammering as she checked again. Maybe it was a glitch. Maybe the bank was having network issues. But deep down, she already knew. With shaky hands, she dialed Obina's number. He picked up on the second ring. His voice relaxed. "Hey, babe. Obina, where is our money?" A brief pause and then casually he said, "Oh, I moved it." Nkem froze. "You what?" "I put it in crypto," he said as if he had just transferred a small change to his wallet. "Babe, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Trust me, we're about to be millionaires." Nkem couldn't breathe. Her vision blurred. All their savings, millions of naira, 5 years of hard work, every sacrifice they had made together was gone. And Obina hadn't even told her. "Obina," she whispered, "tell me this is a joke." Then his voice, still calm and convinced he was some kind of financial genius, said, "You'll thank me later." And at that moment, Nkem knew her life would never be the same again. "Obina, what do you mean you moved it?" "Nkem, listen, I know you are shocked, but I did this for us. Crypto is the future. I had to act fast before the prices went up." Nkem squeezed her eyes shut. This could not be happening. "Without telling me? You took everything we worked for and gambled it. How could you?" Obina clicked his tongue. "Gamble? No, babe, this is an investment, a smart one. I put it in Ethereum and some other solid altcoins. Trust me, in a few months, we'll double, even triple what we had." Nkem wanted to scream. 5 years of skipping luxuries, of saving while others traveled, of saying no to outings because they were building their future. And now, with one reckless decision, Obina had wiped everything away. She shot up from her bed, grabbed her car keys. "I'm coming home," she said, as she cut the call. By the time she stormed into their apartment, Obina was already at the dining table, typing furiously on his laptop. Nkem's heels clicked hard against the tiled floor as she marched towards him. "Obina, we need to get our money back, now." Obina barely looked up. "Relax, babe." Nkem slammed her palms on the table. "Don't tell me to relax. Do you even understand what you've done?" He sighed, rubbing his forehead. "Nkem, I get that you're upset, but I need you to trust me. Crypto is the future, and this is just short-term discomfort." She let out a bitter laugh. "Short-term discomfort? You wiped out our entire savings. Do you know how long it took us to get that money? Do you?" Obina's phone vibrated on the table. He picked it up, his face lighting up for a second before it suddenly dropped. Nkem watched him as the color drained from his face. "What is it?" she demanded. He didn't answer. He was staring at his screen, his jaw tightening. Nkem snatched the phone from his hands. What she saw made her knees buckle. Breaking news. Crypto market crashes overnight. Billions lost in record time. Ethereum, Bitcoin, everything had plunged. Obina's so-called smart investment had just turned to dust. Their money was gone. Nkem felt her legs weakened. She clutched to the edge of the table for support. Then Nkem did something Obina had never seen before. She laughed, a cold, empty laugh. "You ruined us," she whispered, shaking her head. "You destroyed everything." Obina swallowed hard. "It's not over. I can fix this." But Even as he said the words, his voice shook. He didn't believe himself anymore. Finally, Nkem said, I am leaving. Obina's head snapped up. Leaving to where? Somewhere far away from you before I lose my mind. She grabbed her handbag and stomped towards the door. Nkem, wait. She ignored him. She didn't stop until she was inside the car, her hands gripping the steering wheel, heart pounding, so hard that it hurt. Tears burned the back of her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. How could she have been so foolish? She had trusted him. Obina had made one decision without her, behind her back, and now their future was in ruins. Nkem drove straight to her mother's house. When her mother opened the door and saw Nkem's face, she knew. Mama Nkechi shook her head as she folded her arms. I warned you, Nkem. Did I not warn you? Nkem sat stiffly on the couch, staring at nothing. Her mother continued, her voice rising. I told you, never trust a man with all your money. Never. See now, everything is gone. Nkem swallowed hard. Mama, please, not now. But Mama Nkechi was just getting started. Did your father ever touch my money? Never. Even when he was alive, I kept my own account separate. But no, you young girls of nowadays think you are in partnership with your husband. You share everything until one day he wakes up and clears the account. Nkem winced. The words cut deep because they were true. She had trusted Obina completely and now she had nothing. Mama Nkechi exhaled sharply and sat beside her. She lowered her voice. My daughter, listen to me. A woman must always protect herself. That's the way of the world. Now what will you do? Nkem finally looked up. I don't know. I just know I can't go back there tonight. Mama Nkechi nodded. Then stay here. But you must decide, is this a mistake you can forgive or is this one you will recover from? Nkem didn't answer because deep down, she wasn't sure. Meanwhile, back at Obina and Nkem's apartment, Obina sat on the couch, his hands in his head. His phone rang. It was Chike. He hesitated and then picked up. Guy, I don't have time for this. Chike's voice came through, sharp and urgent. You better make time. The money you used, some of those altcoins were scams. And it's all gone. Obina's stomach twisted. What? Chike exhaled. I told you not to go all in Obina. Now you are in deep trouble. Obina's hands tightened around his phone. He had promised Nkem he could fix this, but for the first time, he wasn't sure if he could. Back at her mother's house, Nkem sat on the veranda, her blood boiling. Even the cool evening breeze could not calm her. She replayed Obina's words in her head. I moved it, you will thank me later. How could he have been so reckless? How could she have trusted him so blindly? Her phone rang. It was Obina. She stared at the screen. She exhaled sharply and picked up. What? Her voice was like ice. Nkem, please. Obina's voice came through frantic. We need to talk. Nkem scoffed. Oh, now you want to talk? Babe, listen. I am not your babe, she snapped. Not after what you did. Do you know what you've done to us? Obina's voice was silent for a moment, and then he said, It is worse than you think. Nkem frowned. What do you mean? Nkem, I just didn't invest our savings. I borrowed money to invest more. Nkem froze. What? I thought I could flip it fast and return it. But I didn't want to tell you because I was sure I'll make it back. But now the market has crashed and all the people I borrowed from. Nkem's stomach twisted. Which people, Obina? A long pause and then loan sharks. The air left Nkem's lungs. She gripped the edge of the wooden bench as her heart pounded in her chest. You took loans from thugs. I had no choice, Nkem. The banks wouldn't give me more and I needed capital. Oh my God, she whispered. It wasn't just a financial loss anymore, it was danger. As if to confirm her worst fears, Obina's voice dropped lower. Nkem, they are looking for me. What? Nkem said. I got a message today. They want their money immediately. They don't care that the market has crashed. Nkem stood up to her feet. Obina, are you insane? These people don't ask nicely. They will come after you. After me. I know, he cut in. That is why I need your help. Nkem laughed bitterly. Help? How do you expect me to help, Obina? You already drained our savings. What do I have left? I don't know, he admitted. But we need to find something fast. If we don't, I don't know what they will do. Nkem shut her eyes. This wasn't just about anger or betrayal anymore. This was about survival. And she didn't know if Obina was going to make it out of this alive. How much do you owe? She asked. She heard him hesitate before mumbling. 15 million naira. Nkem nearly dropped the phone. 15 what? Obina sighed heavily. I know, but I have a plan. The last time you had a plan, you wiped out our savings. This is different, he insisted. There is a man, Chief Okafor. He's a big investor and he's willing to help. He said if I can bring him a solid deal, he will bail me out. What exactly do you have to offer him, Obina? Obina hesitated. I may have told him that I could get access to some government contracts through my connections. You don't have any government connections, Nkem shouted. I know, he admitted, but I will figure something out. I just need time. Nkem shut her eyes. This was getting worse by the second. So let me get this straight. You took out our life savings and you lost it. You borrowed millions from loan sharks and you lost that too. And now your brilliant idea to fix this is to lie to one of the most dangerous men in the city. Obina swallowed. It is my only option. Nkem exhaled slowly. No, Obina. You are on your own. Nkem, please, if this doesn't work, they will kill me. Nkem froze. She knew he was telling the truth. And as much as she hated him at that moment, she didn't want to be a widow. She sucked in a deep breath. You have 24 hours, Obina. After that, I am done. Obina exhaled in relief. Thank you, babe. I swear I won't fail. But deep down, Nkem wasn't sure he was telling the truth. And something told her this wasn't going to end well.